All right, guys, I'm getting bored of not being a teacher, so I'm gonna try and teach you through some videos. Cooking at home, so you're gonna have kids running through the house and being crazy. Bear with me, I'm doing the best I can. All right, so today I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about rice. And our rice, we have 3 recipes in our recipe book you guys could do. We have vanilla rice pudding, cilantro lime rice, and then coconut rice. All 3 are amazing, and I'm sure your family would love them. But I'm gonna do one for my family. They all really like the vanilla rice pudding, so I'm gonna do that one. The one thing to remember about rice is that rice triples when you cook it. The way to remember that, right? Way to remember rice, all right? You spell it out. You're gonna put your capitals on one hand, and the rest, that looks good, and the rest of them on the other hand. So when we spell rice, R, capital R, I-C-E. When we cook it, the quantity changes from 1 to 3, right? R-I-C-E, right? Rice has a ratio of 1 to 3. R-I-C-E, okay? 1 to 3. First thing we're gonna do in our saucepan is we're gonna slowly turn it on, right, to about a medium-high heat. I'm gonna add my egg, right, and I'm gonna start to whisk it in there, all right? It's on a low heat, so it's not even cooking it yet, but I'm gonna start heating up my pan. I'm not pressing hard, I don't wanna take off the stuff on the pan, all right, but I got my egg in there. Now I'm gonna slowly add my milk as well. Right. And again, I'm gonna turn down my heat just a little bit because mine heats up quick. Right. And now I have this nice creamy mixture in here. Okay. And I'm gonna add my pudding. And it's just a pudding mix. It's nothing like special. Okay. All right, add that in, whisk it up. All right, and I got it on a really low heat right now. Okay, you're gonna whisk that vanilla pudding in there for about 2 minutes. It's gotta be really well mixed. Once it's mixed, you're gonna add your rice and your sugar. Okay, once you got those, again, mix it up. You can still use your whisk because it's not going to stick in there yet. All right, but get it fully coated. Oh, this one is so good. Okay, and now we are going to turn up our heat. We want it to get to a rolling boil. So that means that our bubbles are big, right? Small bubbles is a simmer. Big bubbles are a boil. When we get to that rolling boil, then we'll go to our next step, adding a couple more things, and then starting to let it cool down a little bit. Now, if you'll take a look at it, you'll see that I'm almost to my rolling boil here. I've got a little bit of spots and a little pockets. This is another thing I like to say. If you know it's going to splatter like this, like I know that pudding, when we cook it, it gets pockets and then it goes like this and it splatters. That's why I put it in a deeper pot, so it doesn't splash on me. Now you gotta be careful with this one. Don't let it burn. That's why you gotta stir it, right, every now and again. Right, but you're just gonna keep it going. Again, I'm on a medium-high heat, just kind of getting it so it's all cooking and getting it, it's time. If you cook it too fast, your pudding will cook, but your rice won't. You don't wanna do that. So get it to, like, again, with that medium heat, and then your rice will cook and your pudding will cook, and then they'll all work together. A lot of times as well, when I cook, I use a lot of rubber spatulas because it's a way to stir, but it also is a way to clean the sides of your pan so everything's getting reincorporated. So you'll see me use those a lot if I do more cooking videos. That's just how I roll. All right, so continue kind of stirring it, let it get to that boil, right? Once it gets that, so right now I'm almost there again, right? Once it's really kind of boiling, bubbles, 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 popping on the surface, then I'll go to my next step. I got to my boil, I just turned off my heat. I'm actually gonna even take it over to my other burner here that's not on so it can cool down even more. Once I get to this point, right, I'm gonna stir it, make sure nothing's stuck to the sides or the bottom. I'm gonna add my vanilla, I'm gonna stir again. I don't wanna use the whisk right now because everything's gonna get stuck inside. So instead, again, that's why I have that rubber spatula to help grab everything off the sides and in the corners and get it all back and incorporated here. All right. Oh, that smells so good. And it looks funky for some of you, but oh, I can't wait. All right, this one's the best. Okay. Now, in the recipe, it says to move it into serving bowls and then put your nutmeg and cinnamon in. You can do that. Some people are weird about nutmeg. I don't have a problem with it. And I like to just put it all in at once and then stir it all so everything gets some. Because if you just put it in bowls, and some of them don't get it, and then sometimes you get a pocket of cinnamon or a pocket of nutmeg. I don't like that. So again, I'm stirring it, getting it all incorporated here. There we go. That's our vanilla rice pudding. And done in like 10 minutes or less, you know. Pretty dang easy. Well, I'll say 15 to be fair. Okay, our rice is done. It's easy, it's simple, it's quick. All right, and that's what it looks like. I know for some of you, you're like, but again, just try it. It's really good. A couple other things to remember about rice. Remember, we started off with 1 cup, and again, it triples. I have 3 cups now. All right, rice triples. R-I-C-E. Rice has a ratio of 1 to 3. All right, 1 uncooked cup will equal 3 cups in the end. Now for this recipe and all of the ones that we have in there, we use minute rice because we only have 30 minutes to cook. Sometimes rice can take up to 20, 25 minutes. So we use this one. You don't have to. You can use regular rice in those recipes, but you will need to cook it for longer. So check the box on the back, what it'll tell you, or the bag. It'll tell you how long to cook. One other thing you'll see with rice. With this recipe, you don't see it because we have a couple other ingredients in there with milk and eggs, and then the rice that's already pre-cooked. We do not cover our pot, but usually we cover our pot with rice because we want rice to be fluffy and fat. We want fat rice. If we cover the lid on top of it, all the steam that's produced from the water rises to the top, hits the lid, and has to be forced right back down into the rice to make it really fat and plump and pillow-like. All right, so when we're done with rice, we fluff it. All right, that's what we want with rice. We want fat rice. Right? So with our rice, make sure you cover your pot or pan if it tells you to. With the other 2 recipes, it will. With this one, it won't. All right? Either way, they're all delicious, all good. Make some for your family. Send me pictures or videos or something, or let me know how I did.